LBR TV of education, information, and entertainment starts now.
Have owned land for over 30, 40 years. But we have realized in recent time that our post system have been issuing granting individuals who have claimed to be administrator of estates have gone into our various districts, especially my district, taking over land that people have owned for over 30 to 40 years. And I can tell you there was a situation in 2022 that I had to hire a legal team to fight for my citizen. And we came to realize that the ruling and the court game were completely fraudulent. And the land was awarded to an individual who had no legitimate claim, but he was awarded the land, the property. And then the former Chief Justice, the Honorable Francis Boko, presided over the conference, and at the end, we came to realize that the authority who gave the deed was completely fake. Now we're having similar issue again in our district and in the greater part of Monrovia. So that prompted me to write the communication seeking the appearance of the Land Commissioner to come here today to tell us what are the procedures that they have in place in giving these and awarded properties to these individuals. So I'm seeking the indulgence of this August body to join me to ask this agency, which is headed by the commissioners and the authority that are the authorities, even though he's not here, but I think one or two authorities came, and I think they can be able to answer those questions. Because if we are not mindful, sooner or later we'll have people start to kill each other for land. So, Honorable Speaker, I will rest and I will ask the witness to answer this question as per my communication. I think I have 6 points in my communication, and I would really love for them to answer each of them with all evidence and documentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next over done, we'll move on to the winner. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I would like to use just a minute of your time to inform you about this land dispute in my district, specifically the Happy Corner community. There's a very big community in District Number 7, Montserrat County, and I have been informed, and I believe these witnesses will speak to that a huge portion of the disputed land belongs to the government of Liberia. But we trust you to know, Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, there's a syndicate in this whole land business that has gone, prepared documents from where we don't know, and they are claiming ownership of the land. Not just that, there are two Lebanese and a Liberian who are claiming ownership to that property, and they have gone threatening the people of Happy Corner community, coming using police to evict the people overnight, throwing the things and damaging the belongings. It happened recently, and I had to intervene and put the situation under control. These people that we invited, Mr. Speaker, deputy colleagues, need to clearly give us update on the status of that land in the Happy Corner community. When did the individuals purchase that land? Who processed the documents for them? How did they acquire the land? I just want to know the legitimate owners of the land in question, because the people, things have been thrown outside. Some of them sleeping out in the streets. The things are, you go outside, you see it right on the B road, and it is embarrassing. It's a serious crisis down in my district. Now, I don't know if there was any investigative survey done, because the Land Rights Act of 2018 clearly states that in these crises, an investigative survey should be done, sanctioned by the court, and done in collaboration with the land authority. Was that the investigative survey done? What was the output? What was the result? Did you conduct that survey to understand the means and bounds? Why was the judgment?
Hold on. The gentleman say we're talking for 1 minute.
And so, Mr. Speaker, the land authority is here to tell us the status of the land in Happy Corner. As representative of the people, this is part of our responsibility. We are specific about Happy Corner today, but it's a serious national issue. Each of us sitting here today has this kind of problem in our district. And it's hard time we began to focus on it, defending our people who elected us to this position. So, like I said, 1 minute, I would like to stop here, Mr. Speaker, Deputy and distinguished colleagues, to give the witnesses the opportunity to address themselves and answer all of the hard questions related to land crisis in our country. And I'm specific about the land crisis in my district, the Happy Corner community. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Information will take over to Anthony Williams. Information.
This information I'm about to give. In Liberia today, this is the rumor that passing around, especially that have to do with the archive, with this whole land issue that is going around. There's this information that we're hearing that these people who claim land, they engage the archive, howsoever way they get information about people land, and they go to backdate deed and pour stout water on it. Listen. I'm going to why so that when the witness is about to speak, you know how to put this hard question to them.
Information acknowledge, yeah. So keep your question ready. Okay, we engage on that. I'm wondering whether the floor is yours. Yes, the issue you have on the agenda for land. You've already here.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my communication specifically is intended to address the land crisis across the country, not a specific area that has to do with any land conflict. Since 2018, the Land Act was passed, and then Article 52, Section 3 states that within 36 months, the government of Liberia through the Land Authority should be able to conduct a survey that will be able to establish the boundaries between the government land and public land. Up to date, the government of Liberia through the Land Authority, they are yet to conduct such survey, which of course is one of the recipes for the conflict that is going on. The second thing, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, the Land Authority needs to come and tell us who is in charge of the land in this country. For example, all of us here, we are buying land in 2026, 2025. I can assure you, by 2038, 2039, when we are not in power, our land will be taken away from us. It's what's happening right now. People bought their land in the 70s, in the 60s. Today, in the presence of the Land Authority, those lands have been taken away from these families. They have been made homeless. Business institutions have been damaged in this country. We are here, and nothing is being happening, and nothing is happening about it. As we speak, I yet to understand the Land Authority, the Supreme Court, and the surveyors who is in charge. Because, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, before you buy land, the surveyor must give you the assurance before you buy the land. So I'm wondering as to whether who should we hold responsible whenever these things happen? Should we hold the surveyor responsible, or the Land Authority, or the court? Because the court power, gradually, they are undermining the land situation in the country. Once you carry a case to the court, they don't even want to know what happened in the court. Straight to the before them. And the DE 1980. Before you come to yourself, you get overtrained the kids at the end of the day. Parents are getting homeless and they missing. So I want the Land Commission to tell us what is the relationship between they and the surveyor. Because as it stands, to buy the land, surveyor will give you the assurance. So if I buy the land today and go, the land has been probated, it has been placed in the account after 10 years, and then it comes, they say, oh, the land that you bought, it was not properly purchased, and you are being misled. Who should I hold it? The surveyor, Land Authority, or the person who sold the land to me? So I think the surveyor, we need to make sure that the Land Authority will tell us the role of the surveyor in this whole process of land. Because the surveyor, I'm strongly and will detect that surveyor is the one that causes this problem. Because if the surveyor inform me, I can get money in my pocket, I will never buy land. They say, don't buy land. The land have been purchased by Mr. X for the past 6 years, for the past 7 years. I won't buy land. But as it stands, as soon as you get the surveyor money, they say, bring brother D, bring sister D, they will take another D for inside, they sell the land to you. At the end of the day, when mother D comes, they say, sister D, brother D, it's not buying. So I want the Land Commission to tell us what is the role of the surveyor in the sale of the land to affect the land. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So now that the proponent has laid the premise, we ask the witnesses to take the stand. We start with the Land Authority. The Land Authority. Land Authority, please take the stand. And so you can address the issue one by one. First of all, starting with now the Happy Color community, because the chairman was here. So you can excuse us. And then for them, we move on to the issue for the wrap-up of the report. So we start with that. We'll start discussion first and we end up with the chairman.
They use the mic.
And our member of the House of Representatives, I'm happy to be here the afternoon. The gatherings, they will open opportunities, the gains of priorities, and we all can work together to solve the increasing problem that is called like what we call land problem. So, and the land issue in Liberia, we need to take it serious because it's a serious problem that will take over so many lives time to come. And the issue about getting land in Liberia from 1847 up to this time.
Inquiry. I'm the speaker. Yeah, the witness is broadening the conversation. You were specific. Issue address the happy corner issue. When the GSA boss leave, then we go on to the product issue.
Okay. The happy corner I had a thing that was set on, and so I will call my technician to get a briefing information with the Commissioner for Land Group and Management, Mahmoud Salman.
Good afternoon, Honorable Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, and member of this honorable body. Specifically regarding the issue of happy corner. In August 2023, the judge, the civil law court, I think, Judge Goda LBR-Radio, informed the land authority of an impending dispute within the waterside area, particularly happy corner, and that the tailor union there were claiming that the land in happy corner is government owned. And the land authority, being a statutory institution responsible for managing government land in Liberia, was asked to go and identify government land in happy corner. The land authority initiated the process through stakeholder engagement, all parties, and subsequently author a survey. We went in and did a survey. Sarah, which I thought I could present the resulting map, but having here, the report is here. We did the survey and we found some interesting facts. Firstly, the Cooper family has property in the Happy Corner area. In 1976, there were adjudication done on specific area in Liberia. And you bear me with this, most of the areas, for example, Cinco, Central Town, that the adjudication process was done are places with less land issue. So we have an adjudication map. The Cooper family need a peer on that adjudication map in multiple areas in Happy Corner. Interestingly, the main area that the tailors are occupying, there's a name on the map, Edward Cooper, of which the Happy Corner, the Cooper family were not able to show any document claiming ownership for that particular land. So over a period of time, the Happy Corner Tailor Union, making use of the water fund, started to clean the land from the water. So they did some backfilling and they went and had a specified acreage there. So they cleaned additional portion, expanding the claim of Edward Cooper to that of the one reclaimed from the water. So the fact that the hair of the Cooper could not produce deed for that particular area on the adjudication map, the report recommended that such area be set aside as public land to be managed by the Liberia Land Authority, which is a statutory function of our institution. The heirs of the Cooper refused to that and they took it to court. And interestingly, the Land Authority has been able to understand they are even using a very old ruling from the Supreme Court with one Keita, which was not part of the discussion we had previously with our own investigation. So as it stands, that case is in the court, and as you all know, there are two ways we can resolve land issues: through the court or through land authority, through something called alternative dispute resolution. What we did was the ADR, which is non-binding. So the case now is currently with the court and going through the legal process. Though the land authority can be called from time to time to provide clarity. That's one. Regarding the issue about what we've done, this new board of commissioners, when took over, realized that, and we all can bear witness that, if land issue is not settled, there will be a lot of the possible issue might happen in this country. So what we've done of late to address some of the particular questions that were raised here. The first thing, the issue of public land, we issued through the President's Solar of 2023, we put a halt on a moratorium on public land because there was no clear procedure on how public land can be conveyed. You bear me with it that by the Constitution, all land should be traceable to the state, and that happened through the sale of public land. And that was one of the places where we had the issue. So of last year, we issued the guideline, temporary guideline for the sale and use of public land. That is actually happening now. In addition to that, what we've done regarding the question of the legal administrative procedure, we know that they have the Land Rest Act of 2018 and Land Authority Act. Those are our legal reliance and with particular provisions. We have been able to streamline the process. Working with our Swedish counterpart in the land sector, we have developed a land solution at no cost to the government because from time to time, the government has been struggling to be able to adequately fund the land authority to be able to implement some of the reform measures. So we developed a solution which is entirely offline, and as of December 17, 2025, we issued a release that effectively January 1, all these coming from surveys to use a standardized deed form we prepare with enhanced security features. Some of the security features I will not be able to mention here, but they are embedded within this deed. There was public outcry, and we extended that up to, even from the court, because there was some time the court was closed, we extended that up to March. So it's
all right, folks. Thanks for joining. The reason that I'm going over this, it is very important, for each and everyone, even including myself, this land dispute issue. Even it has a link to the recent statement of Senator Darius DeLong being able to express his mind or speak up when it comes to the land issue. People building, on alley, people coming up claiming their properties from so many years and all those stuff there. So the act of listening or seeing, the House being able to look into this land dispute issue here is kind of very important. Now, the thing here is that some people tend to use this as a political issue. They try to spin it around to make the government look bad, to see it as a point against the government. Like the government is the one doing all of these things here. Some people, just being ignorant of the whole situation, avoiding the truth of the matter, and trying to play politics out of it. Now Darius DeLong's statement too as well being twisted that, oh, the the beloved senator, the the senator that people voted for, now he's speaking on their homes being broken down. Come on. It is important to know what these people are doing about this whole land issue. Because if it happens that you tend to get property back home, you may as well want to know what has been done about it, the condition the condition of your property. If it is in a way, if somebody else is coming out to claim it tomorrow as well, So this is Liberia business. This is not just the people it is affecting today. It is Liberia in general business. So this is why I'm happy that I'm able to see that the house is kind of like interested in what is going on, and wanting to look into the matter and wanting to talk about it and come out with a resolution, of the whole issue going on. This is the reason why I am, going over this video.
Technically, March 1, no new survey will be done on the old deed. They are all being done on this new deed. And honorable speaker, one of the problems we had in the land sector was when a surveyor did his work, he comes straight to the probate court and probates it. And by law, it's binding upon the land authority to register that
Information.
Information.
Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my information is the witness. I heard a witness saying 2023, President of Liberia being State of the Nation address plays plays the vote on the state of public nation. And it's actually 2025 when the President brought her on January, when he came to address the state of the nation in January, and that address took effect as of February 3rd. So I thought to make that.
So regarding the issue of the surveyor's conduct, when the survey is done, the deeds go to the court for probation. Once it's probated, we are mandated to register it, irrespective of the fact that the deed may not be technically sound. So what this new board of commissioner has done, Honorable Speaker, we are instituted of parcel verification system, which was promulgated as a result of a city in Banga in 2022 with the former Chief Justice, where it was agreed that any deed coming for probation and registration should go to the land authority first for verification. And by verification, what I mean is against the system we developed. Goes for verification, and after verification, it goes to the court. But going to the court, that deed will be accompanied by a fixed stamp. And once it comes from the court, now easily register it to avoid the issue, because the court is not as technically sound as the land authority is to be able to see which land overlap where and all that. So that system, I'm pleased to inform you that system now is in place. They have started taking effect as of March 1, 2026, using a new D4 with the enhanced security feature. Regarding the issue of, there was a question on the legal and administrative procedure of land issuing.
You dealt with Happy Corner, but then this exactly.
I have that question for him.
No, but that question
And having follow specific way, we go step by step, the communication of all in different categories.
Yeah.
So, the witness here.
He talked about the parcel, from March 1st. I just have an inquiry for him because I have
That's cool.
an
We're
idea
concerned.
when it comes to now, my inquiry has to do with
DJ Arch Scolo, let's go.
Is there information?
Okay,
Information you somebody can get away through information, through inquiry.
Yeah.
They are all veteran here.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So it has to do with what you just spoke about when you said as of March 1st, you talk about every deed should be verified.
Yes.
And I have not heard you talk about a national cadastre, wherein we are able to capture. Cadastre is
Go ahead.
so in the absence of a national cadastre, how will we be able to track all of these land parcels that we are talking about so that when there's time for verification, we are able to be accurate on our records?
So no, you answer my question. Please back it up.
Okay.
Everyone here to the GS boss. Please take the floor on the issue of happy column. That conclude happy day. Thank you for question. That you have a column to conclude happy column to go to the next issue.
Honorable Speaker and Deputy Speaker, member of this Honorable House. I'm pleased to later inform you, based on the report from the Land Authority and from a statement also from the court. Being the custodian of government property, we understood the situation of Happy Corner, and knowing the fact that Happy Corner was the property of government. If some of you can recall, there we had the first custom building, and then there we had a ferry when even the bridge was not in existence. And when the issue came out, I invited all of the stakeholders, the business people, to hold a meeting with them to know exactly what was unfolding in there. And based on the report from the Land Authority and the map that was provided me, we were able to go through to identify that yes, the Cooper family, I think James Cooper or Mom Cooper, there's a property there for them. The government got her own property on the other side, hitting the river. And upon the investigation at our office, we planned a site visit along with all of the actors. And there was a day that we went there, all of the businesses are on our land, along with the Cooper family. We went through the process, and there were several foul plays that went on. Where the government here of cornerstone, the cornerstone was broken and then cemented, and the soil was verified. And then where even today, if you leave from here, you go where the ferry used to land. No big iron that were holding the ferry is still there. And so I authorized all of those that were on the Cooper side, and then they raised their hands. And I told them those that are legitimately on the Cooper land can continue, but those that are on the government side should wait until we can do a proper demarcation of the property to know exactly where we are. And so I authorized them, especially the Taylor Union, that even developed most of the buildings that were there way back. I told them nobody should pay any cent to any lesser until due diligence is made into that process. And happily receiving this communication from the flow invited me, And I think it's prudent enough that we take a contingent action and we stop most of these land issues. And as I tell you, I'm working with the land authority so seriously because almost all of the government land in Maserado or in Monrovia has been encroached upon. Even in Waterside, by this Sunday, this coming Sunday again, we'll be doing another walkthrough where government has around right opposite the Happy Corner, where government got more than 100 plus stores that is being leased to another institution and is paying minimal rent to government. And people are also increasing on our land. So I'm happy that we all got to fight this battle and making sure that we go through the process and let it right take its place. So as I speak, these are the inhabitants of the place. We got more than 200 inhabitants that are occupying both the Copa side and that of the government side. And as I said, we did all of the walkthrough, and when you go there, it's clearly identified, it's clearly indicated. But the Copa family are encouraging upon those same business partners overnight bought a place and then rebuilt. And that's how the cornerstone that was in our place was buried, and then people built new shelter. And during the weekend, you go there, the place sealed up and you cannot pass. So with this invitation, we are going to fast forward working with the Justice Ministry to make sure that we go back and redo the demarcation based on the map they have and what we also have, so that we can clearly identify the government property, including where the tailors are. So that's what I know about this property. And I think I've authorized that nobody, those are on the government side, pay any money to anybody until the right is done, and then we can legitimize them and we can move forward. Thank you.
So we can interchange a few questions related to the Happy Corners part and closing. So we'll take at least 5 or 6 questions. So we'll start with the property.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Deputy, distinguished colleagues. Honorable Kotiba, thank you so much. But just a quick concern. And thank you for the level of work that you and the Liberia authority have done. There are a few guys who I think you reference. They come overnight, they evict these people, and then they start to build overnight. They're collecting 1,500 from each shop. They have a ruling in their possession that I've asked for. They cannot show me. They just show that we have this ruling. If you got any information as to whether the ruling is legitimate that they're using to evict people, what do you know concerning that ruling, if there has ever been such ruling that they are using to threaten people?
Well, according to what I saw from the Copa family, there was a case taken to the Ministerial Court in West Point, and that case was also ruled in the favor of the tailor union. And we told them, look, your property is clearly demarcated. What we are fighting for is the government side. We are not taking your property. And they said they got another document. The land authority asked them for that document. That document can never come. I also requested them to bring that document. We have not seen that document. And that's what led me to the walkthrough that we went through on that day to identify the particular portion that is owned to government. And since that time, I'm trying to hold a meeting with the Justice Minister, the land authority, so that we can come up with a final decision as to what we can go there to do with the mapping of the place and do a demarcation.
Motion for
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleague. I think we have to be very serious as we give information to the people out there, our citizens. My issue is with the issue that you just mentioned with the land authority, because the thing is about dual taxes on these. That's one of the major issues in Liberia here. And you make mention of enhanced security future. When you are coming here, also be mindful that we have a lawmakers here who are very, very intelligent and they are prudent on information. You said that the security feature as it relates to the D. My question is, we have data interface. When you make reference of security future, there should be a hub of data that will post, especially in alignment with the quote unquote ACA. So my thing is, what are those security features? What is the database that you can guarantee us, like we have with the national identification card?
Information.
Hello. Let me get the
information. My colleague, always speaker, director speaker, my colleague is deviating from a conversation I can hear now, reference to we have a broader question we have when you get to the second part. The question has
information is still that question. That question is for. So as of you. Okay, that's it. Okay, go ahead. Distinguished bodies, to our witness, Mr. Speaker, one inquiry, and then I'll do a follow-up question. From your perspective, maybe after you have answered the letter, when you come back, you'll speak to that. I want you to just explain this concept of eminent domain. When you say government has eminent domain. And the backdrop of my question is that a lot of times, individuals who claim that have properties, they say government is taking their land. So maybe you can explain the concept of eminent domain for us and for the general public that will serve as a way out. Secondly, my second question.
Nobody built in alleyway in the country who have been warned. Even by people in the community that have been building an alleyway, let them move for you. Break them down. Anytime government is ready to open those places for safety and for development, and people build in those alleyways, whether they have the most beautiful, the most expensive structure on it, break them down. Break it down. Break it down. If the government, if the president, no, if the president holds in the alleyway and the government get the courage to do it, I'm encouraging the next government that will come, break it down. We have to develop the country. I prefer not to be in office and we have a developed country. Then for me to be more political with my speeches that will please people hearing and will get in office and the country is not being developed. Lastly, yes. Lastly, What can I make from the But on a serious note, because people build on property, they believe it for them because they get some legal instrument in their hand. Another person comes, go to the court, and the court remove those people from there after years of occupancy. After years of occupancy. If you get property, you're not paying taxes on it. Somebody else come and sell the property for them, and they building on it, and you do nothing. You go to court. The person that live on that property for years, you go to court. Everybody knows that property for that person now, and the person that live there more than 10, 15 years. Then you go to court. And then the court evict that person from there. That court has a problem. Yes, because if you have one deed and somebody was building on your property, they built there 5 years, 10 years, you say nothing, the person, the whole world knows that the person living. Because the person too, they get a own document, one code, probating, one place, 10 different times, 10 different people claiming ownership to it. But nobody went to you, said the place where you building stop. No court issue injunction for you to stop, and you went ahead. No administrative forum invited you to say somebody claiming the land is in dispute, stop, and you went ahead. And the person built on that place, they lived there more than 10, 15 years, they're not born children. Then one court say, oh, the other person here got to get order these, so we're moving for here. That judge must be impeached. We got to change the law. I will submit. Nobody built in other way in the country without being warned.
Nobody is looking at the positive aspect of what Darius DeLong have just said. That, people who have lived on such a property for a long time, people who have developed property that belongs to another person, that the court should not evict those people because they have actually been on that property for so long and the original owner have never developed the property. Nobody is talking about the positive statement or the positive part of what Darius DeLong have said. But all they can say now is because Darius DeLong have stated that if you build your house on an alley and it is in the way, of fire service, it is in the way of other people's properties, that it should be demolished, it should be broken down or taken out. You see, sometimes people, all they do when you are speaking, that's why you have to be mindful. They pay close attention and hoping that you say the wrong things. Or you just say something that doesn't sound good. That is not in the interest, of others. Or pretty much they are waiting, as in the Liberian people slang or way we can say, waiting for you to slip. Just say something that they can just grasp onto and use it as a tool to fight you. So even if Darius DeLong have stated, when you build on an alley, your home should be demolished or it should be, taken out of the way. What there is wrong about it? The same thing, the yellow machine, they started running with propaganda that in fact, the yellow machine have started breaking down. In fact, the vehicles have started breaking down when the yellow machine is not even in operation yet. In fact, the yellow machine was brought into the country to start demolishing people's houses or homes. Really. Our people, politics make them, they can be so crazy till they can be so crazy until even saying the things that matter rather doesn't matter to them. They can just be so hoping that they can find any dirt on you to an extent that even when they don't see any dirt on you, they create one for you. And most of the people that are causing this trouble here, to be very honest, they are most of them, about 75 to 80% of them are diasporans. They sit here, they try to manipulate, the innocent man mind. They sit here, they try to run propaganda. All because they want to come and eat their own share fare of elephant meat. Most of them, as I said before, they don't have no plans of moving to that country. We all can see it, even after Joshua, regime. A lot of them who came from the state to serve in the government of Joshua, right after he was put out of power, guess what? They came running right back to their families. Yeah. They came running back to their families. Come and sit down, relax again, wait for the next movement to go and eat again. Okay? So don't be fooled, my Liberian people, by these so-called politicians. Like Darius DeLong said, in a good term, Liberia must be built. And this very Liberia being built is, whose interest it is in? The very same Liberian. It is in our interest. Yeah. It is in our interest. Even today or tomorrow, if we do not enjoy it, guess what? Our children or grandchildren or great-great-grandchildren, our lineage will be the ones to enjoy it. Look at, for example, the foolishness that just happened in Ghana, where our brother was killed. Now, some Ghanaians are taking to the media, to the internet, like one foolish other lady, want to blab about how Liberians don't have nowhere to go. How Liberians don't even have a fitting country. How they are still hosting Liberians. Still putting roof over Liberians' head. Ignorantly, she doesn't even know. I don't believe she knows. She acts like she knows that we got so many Ghanaians in Liberia with businesses, something that can never happen in the country. For foreigner to just come and be allowed to just open business in the country freely, in fact, so easily like that, they will go through hell, they'll go to hell and back before that happens. So you see, other people are bragging about their country and how, Liberians are benefiting from their hometown or their countries. How do we feel to say that tomorrow we don't even have a fitting place of our own? And we are just yeah. We are just hanging around, you know. Man, your camera is frozen. You need to check it out. Look like you're in a bad place. So as I was saying, you know, we need a better country. Let's be honest about it. We do. We do. We need a better country. Yes. 1 minute. Okay.
Why you keep saying okay? Why you can't say go straight to the point? Say,
Man, I bring in let's see what. Oh, we.
I mean, I come and go back to work.
So yeah, where's your own? What you got for us?
I mean, I ain't got nothing for you, but you're doing like work. That's what I will tell you.
So what are you saying? We are not doing the Liberian people work. Is that what you were saying?
You're doing your own self work, your own self that work in the government, like your own self work you're doing, you're stealing more yourself. So you're doing like work. Your bill Liberia, that's what we want. You're still violating all the laws in Liberia. If you can make everything free and fair, that would be good. Look at how one are talking down there. It's saying we are not be president because they gave door to eat. Why that you got why
I beg you, not on this platform. You can't be insulting people.
I'm not insulting, but I'm just
no, you just
did
that. No, you just did that. Let respect each other. What you not leave
and
go and do on the other platform? Don't do that yet.
I did not insult.
My man, I heard you loud and clear. What you mean by they get a mere dog to eat? What you mean by that? Who asked you to? No. Do not insult on the platform. Don't insult another person. I'm telling you, my man. You either you stay on your lane or you forget it.
No. So if I say we don't eat dog, then I mean I insult you.
My man, you being very, very insulting, and that is rude.
Okay, I'll talk to you later on.
Yeah.
That generation would die. We working here, we are happy. They're making millions of dollars. They don't want to take our chicken cheese for us. What's that? What would that in a wire that we're not supposed to be having in Liberia? What Liberia, my kid, Liberians? How has the traffic management team, how has it affected you? That's a lie. That's a lie. No, the CSS director, the brother, they had 3 times. So when they succeed, then they will fire some people. They are lying to us. And we're not going to take it. We're not taking no jail. We're not taking no borrow.
How long you been in the ministry?
I've been since 13 years. years.
This is the first of its kind we see.
First time in history.
What is a royal?
I'm a full red pussy. I'm a full red pussy by what here. We cannot, we don't know, we don't put our feet down in this country before we sell that product.
So your only issue with it too is that it will take job from you.
Of course, man. Kill the Lebanese man. Just let me tell you one thing. There were Lebanese people. All my life I work for Lebanese people. Before I kill a minister of transport, Lebanese people just getting the movement of war ground. They'll bring all the Lebanese people from Lebanon to work here. And they will fire Liberia for the letter of security. He can't let them fire you. Say anything for the seven, the poor control to step down. Say anything for the seven. What happened now? What was that? I want to see Joseph Baka. I want to see Joseph Baka. I want to see him.
For the fact that this deal was approved by the legislature and signed by the president, your advocacies will not change anything. You will be. I said this deal was approved by the national legislature. They accept all these concerns you're raising. They took that into consideration.
You don't have any tax. The president was the one that the president was the one that the president was the one that say transport is the president was the one that responsible for travel and car motor vehicle. Why not? Why?
So that's why the budget is responsible.
So they want to divide the country. They want to secure in the future for the children and the great-grandchildren.
But don't you think it would be good to sit with your minister to be able to address the issues with Minister Talon?
I'm begging you. Not right now. No minister.
No minister right now.
No minister. We're not allowed. One minister.
No, I mean you can sit with him to discuss it. He said he coming out with
this. They say he afraid for a job. He said he wanted president to fire him.
We saw him.
He wanted president to fire us.
Did he say that to you?
Yes, he told me. He told me personally that my friend. He told me he said he afraid for a president to fire him. But he wanted president to fire us for the suffer. For what?
So what happened if
CDC is really at work? You can actually see and look at the lady's face and know that she's being programmed to do this. You can know that what she's saying is a complete lie. Why do you think the man would say such a thing that could jeopardize his job, where he knows that he doesn't trust you? Just exactly what you're doing now, you could probably tomorrow come outside and say, oh, I don't want the president to fire me, so that's why I can't say anything or I can't do anything. All these people are all CDC operative. They are all programmed to do all these things. I don't know why some of our mothers didn't think, you know, they really, there should be a very good role model. They should set better precedents. But, you know, it is unfortunate because of little of nothing, little change. They just go out there and disgrace themselves openly, publicly, without even having a second thought, all because of CDC. What anything, what in George we have given you all done for you?
People don't listen to you and do what you want.
Hey, you know, some country, some other country where people can die for the right, we ready to die. We ready to die for the right.
It means you value a job in your life.
Yes.
What is more important than a job?
Let me use that job. Let me use
The way you speaking for costing your job. The way you speaking for costing your job.
Me lost my job. I will come to work every day. I'm a stubborn child. I will come to work every day.
Where is the minister currently?
I don't know.
Tell you that complicity is clear.
He crossed the bank down yesterday. He came across the bank down yesterday.
He closed the bank?
The ministry down yesterday. He came across the ministry. You know how many money? Yes. You know how many the money the government lost yesterday? Right now, I still got more money in my bank to do the pay for the driver lesson.
But you can say go pay the minister announced
The
minister announced as of February 28th, the RTM will continue the vehicle registration and lessons in the country. That's what the minister said.
That was a directive from the executive to the minister. Beginning 1st of March.
Okay, we're waiting.
So
we are waiting.
We got to continue working.
We are waiting. Our place will be open. The bank will come here. Will pay. People, you come. Where's your come?
How will people can't pay when you're wasting us all like this?
We're not stopping anybody.
You also have the machines here to produce.
Everything here. We're producing new place. We are producing new place. Of course.
But that plate will not be accepted because the government has said that only LTM should do that.
Let me tell you something. Let's see the land transport. Let's see all the rest something here. Because just imagine taxpayer money to take your tax, pay the government revenue. Then you take that portion of that money, you carry to Lebanon to go pay Lebanon. Then the Liberia stay here. The person on there, she be giving fire, she be giving toilet, she are begging. Now you say, me material will suffer you. She be do this. That one will be only the Liberia. We will be only the Liberia. This is now. Transport is the whole water nation Liberia. I was sitting now when one Lebanese man called me for car document. I wanted a man person, man. In my question, the man called me, do shmeke. He tell me, sorry, said I don't tell me my lesson. And they tell me, I'm telling you. Shmeke, let's go shmeke.
Oh, they got shmeke.
I know. The man said, next time you do my car document. What's that? So I tell my brother,
and you left from the Ministry of Transport, you went there and he bypassed you. He called you.
My president said, come to my car document.
And you went there?
Yeah, I went there. He took the document, they said, we're smart. Then he told him, shmeke. Then the man took the document, he said, send it to me. Me, I work on the people, so I don't understand what's in that language. I'm a very smart person. I listen to him. Listen to the man. Less than 10 minutes, the man. So he say your lesson. The job management itself. Which company? They're stealing for the Liberia government every day. Every day they're stealing the money. They're not even paying the money to government revenue. They're not paying the money to government revenue. They're paying the money to individuals. You're sitting there in Liberia. You're saying you're doing our business. Now I'm blaming me. I want your own. I don't want my children. I will leave for you. Your children will say, I want the 2 stars. I want your 2 stars. Your 2 stars. My father, he never care anything. My mother, she never care anything because they see stupid things. They carry in the country. We want to suffer in the country. We suffer. Our children will suffer. Our great will suffer. Our young children suffer. They tell them in America learning.
You wanted to meet the president. Just give the one advice to the president. Father, he not been listening to us, to you right now.
President Joseph Yima Bokai, my beloved President of the Republic of Liberia. I love you. Let's shoot. I love you.
I'm
begging you in the name of God. I got those sounds of real on you if you try this. I'll read Psalm 109 on your Psalm 35. If you try this, that's the our real Psalm 91. There's God, look at Psalm 91 and look at Psalm 35. Lucio Taxi, our real one. I rest my case.
Okay, an employee here who has spent over 13 years at the Ministry of Transport, expressing her views on dissatisfaction. Well, the Deputy Inspector of Police for Operations, Colonel Freeman, has just arrived here as well. Colonel Freeman has arrived here as well. I think he's asking for the leadership. Let's see what will happen next. Perhaps let's see what will happen. Freeman is just around here. He's a deputy for operations at the Liberia National Police. So I'd like to say welcome. This is KCN TV. My name is Jefferson Wea. This traffic management due, the Liberia traffic management due has been a due now that has been in the media for a very long time. And the employees here at the Ministry of Transport have staged several protests, including going as far as to the U.S. Embassy, calling on the embassy, letting them know that, well, this deal is not in the interest of the Liberian people. You have the Ministry of Transport that is fairly responsible assistance. Liberians are here in the front to do their transactions, to pay their money, to obtain their documents for their vehicles, including license plates, driver's license as well. But it has been reported that the bank, the bank here is closed.
So who's the help for yourself? Let me see.
No problem.
So we're still here. This is KCN TV. My name is Jefferson Wea. So the Deputy Inspector General of Police for Operations is here, Colonel Freeman. He's come to intervene to see what is happening.
Everybody else knew what's going on. This morning, the Minister of Transport called us to inform us that he was being obstructed from going to do his work, which we think is our purpose. And that's how we come to ascertain. But thank
thank you for taking us in as well as payments have been made on the
She can be all about a little bit, that's all about getting your advice.
So for me, I mean, for what I see, all about a little bit, there are no obstructions going on here. Thank you, sir. Otherwise, the minister informed us, and that's why we're here. So far, no sound, here. All I would love to do is to encourage all of you. Please, if you got dissatisfaction, you got a different way to express it, and be peaceful. Our lawmakers are up there. If you tend to go to them, we provide a corridor for you. We encourage everybody who have got dissatisfaction to file the rule of law. We provide security for you to go to wherever you have petition to get. What we're not encouraged will be for anybody to stop a functionary of government. Thank you. Wherever you want to go, the police is not here to intimidate you. The police is here to work with you to make sure grievances are addressed adequately. So if you got concern, the police will escort you to wherever you want to go, to take your petition, whoever you want to talk to. Just ask you to be peaceful, how you are exercising your right. And we caution you again not to block any functionary of law. So the person of my knowledge of what I've seen, everything is working here. Just to keep it like this. Thank you.
That's the voice of one or two. Let's spoken. Not always celebrating the statement of the celebrating. So Josiah just My name is Jefferson. We are at the Ministry of Transport, where employees here at the Ministry have staged protests against all about the traffic management due again. They are saying that, well, the ministry is responsible to vehicles registration as well. So
It's a conference room. This is where we're having the meeting?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So you can be seated here.
No, it's okay. I'm good.
You okay?
I'm good. Yeah, so I just need all the employees concerned to be here. I need to speak to them.
Yeah, they come in.
Okay, yeah.
And because the place is so.
I also need the minister. Your colleagues are coming.
Yeah,
coming to be here. But it just said no, you just said no minister in the building. Where did you get the information from? Where you get that from? You asked who?
Because no minister in the building. Yeah.
That's not the decision. That's not how you determine whether or not minister in the building. The minister can be in the building and they can send your car.
That's probably mission.
So no, that is in error. You don't say that. Okay? All right.
She said what.
She speaks. I found the right thing. You understand?
She's a female.
Sir.
You can be
Sir. I said I came here to have a constructive engagement. And I want you to be constructive. And you have to wait when I'm engaging another employee respectfully and we engage each other. Do you understand that? Okay, thank you. So I want to say this morning. Is Minister Tyler here? He's not here, the deputy head of the administration. Okay, wonderful. But it's good that you are here. I saw this on social media and I decided to come and engage. Initially, I got a call from my colleague, the minister, to inform me about what's happening. When I came, I saw the police at the entrance along with several employees chanting, saying so many things related to their jobs. And because it's employee related, it is my responsibility to make this intervention. That is why I'm here. And I want to let you people know that we need to provide clarity in terms of what their roles are as employees and civil servants for that matter in keeping with established regulation. I want to make it very clear that all those here concerned is the minister calling. Mr. Minister? Yes, Mr. Minister? I'm already here. I'm downstairs. I'm downstairs and I'm engaging the employees. I also see the media here, so it is good for me to provide a clarification in terms of their roles and the role with employees status. Okay. All right. So I just spoke to the minister. Okay. All right. So let me put this there and I'll be distracted. Okay. So first, I want to hear from
the representative or representative of the employees concerned. Why all the chants going on outside? Why the concerns raised that cause you to be outside? I want to hear from you, and I want to do it in a peaceful and respectful manner because you're listening to your colleagues, so we cannot engage in that manner. We cannot.
Oh, please, I'm going
Okay, for security. Okay.
Let's go.
For security. There are many. We gotta let them be there. There are many. Yes. So let them be there. I want all of them to be there. We can do it right. Right there. Yes, we can do it there. And so let everybody. So the journalists can go this way, all the employees can be there. I want the employees to be here because I do not want the noise.
Yeah, you go up to them. Let me be peaceful, let me be engaging, let me be very constructive as we have been. You are welcome. All right, so good morning to everybody. Good morning, back there. Good morning. Are you ready for us to engage? You want us to engage constructively? You want us to engage constructively? Yes. Thank you very much. So this morning I learned that some of you are aggrieved and concerned, and that you were outside manifesting that concern. That is why I am here in my capacity, the Civil Service Agency. As civil servants, you have your bosses in the different ministries, agencies, and commissions. But your boss, overall boss, is the Director General. That is why I am here. This morning, I have come to listen to you, to hear what these very concerns are, and to tell you exactly what needs to be done. Okay? So now I will ask your representative to speak and to tell us what will come up. And I hope you can talk to your people to stop the check. Hold on, please. Let's go back.
it's a far wrong thing. But last week Friday, we met before His Honor, Justice in Chimba, Justice Abba, and we were going to come on reading. When we came to work on Monday, which was yesterday, to do our normal thing before the first day, our ministers got us off, got the entire system off. In fact, when the special assistant told the minister proper was in the banking hall, stopping the people and saying no. And we don't have the right. Between Ministry of Transport and LBR-Radio, there's no concession, there's no agreement. It is the bank and LBR-Radio that have agreement. So you can't put the bank up. We went about it. The minister insisted, Minister of Corporate insisted that they should cut the bank off. They cut the bank off. When we went to work, they cut us off entirely from the system. Because we came this morning, we saw that the system was gone. Whatever negotiation, we went to do over the night, we met the system. Enough for us to come back this morning, meet the system, hoping that we'll collect taxes and pay the tax to pay. Then the minister called, and by saying, that anybody that wants to pay must go to traffic management. So I said, no, man. I said, this is not right. The only people that can afford us from collecting government revenue is LBR-Radio and the court. When the court come up with a decision, all the responsibility, but we can't be in court. Then you as the head, as the father of the home, coming on to tell us that we should shut the system down, the court should not pay, every tax will go to the money. What is your interest? Is your interest in traffic management or in the Ministry of Transport? And we are the one that can last us $10.8 million. We don't know how far the money is collected. So we said no. And that was how they met. To tell you the fact, we have been peaceful, we will remain peaceful, we will remain committed to the cause of the government, we will make sure that we will remain. But anybody that will think they can advocate the law for their own selfish gain, no, it will not work. If the court comes to say that, in fact, when the thing started, we work the CSA leadership. One more. The CSA, the head of the no, so I said, we are not ready to CSA. So we are ready. No, we have a leadership.
In terms of like employment status, who employ issues. So yes, there is a two-way street. There's a two-way street when you have issues. There's a two-way street. That's the reason why we form ourselves and recognize as an association, the government recognize the association, and the government recognize. So we channel our cases through the association. And when we really want to pay for the first time, and our meeting and the rest of the police on the order of police, he came here, he said, we'll kill some of y'all. Everyone said that. And the rest of the police just. So I want you to say in the conference of why you are out here today and what you have explained to me on behalf of all your colleagues. First, I want you to know that when the government makes a decision, that decision becomes binding on all of us. The employees, in terms of appointed officials, and you professionals in the classified civil service, meaning those in professional and technical roles in the civil service. We employ you through your institution. whenever you are affected in terms of your status as a civil servant, you have established channel through which you channel all your grievances. Once it has to do with something that affects you and affect your role that has been assigned to you as an employee. That is established by the legal framework governing the entire civil service. You receive direct compensation from government, not from any concession. You are not amenable to a concession. You are amenable to the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Transport and through the Civil Service Agency. Associations are not legal government functionaries to determine your status. We work closely with the Civil Servants Association of Liberia, and our relationship is very harmonious. Whenever there's an issue, they inform the CSA, we engage. That's where they can start. But in terms of your role as a civil servant, your status as a civil servant is determined and managed by the Civil Service Agency. It's so good if you are doing your job and your role is affected, or somebody stops you, which I will ask you few critical questions, tell you not to work anymore, or you are not an employee anymore, or that you have lost your job, or threaten you that you will lose your job, because it's your role that you lost your job. That is a different situation. You will write the CSA as employees or association, and inform the CSA to make the intervention. We work with the ministry to intervene. So the point I'm trying to make to you, have you formally written the CSA that your role has been threatened, that you're not going to have any job, or that you're not going to receive your job, or that they have told you that you don't have a job because of the government's action? Has any of that been So I want to engage with all of you concerned with the recent decision of your role in the face of the LTM concession. This is what I will say to you. Number one, nobody involved with the 4 divisions. Nobody involved with the 4 divisions.
Parts of the world. This is the LBR-Radio News, and my name is Achibon, and we are in conversation with family members of the 19-year-old boy who was allegedly sodomized to death. We are about to speak to the family and they will tell us exactly information surrounding the death of their child. In conversation with us is the mother and the sister to the deceased. Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Tell us your name.
My name is Agnes Ahimi.
Okay. Do you care to tell us how did your child got in contact with this pastor in question?
Yes, I used to live Kongwatan Park Road with my late husband, and this pastor used to come to my husband as a friend, and he used to sit down and talk, and they would eat together, and then he would leave from time to time. Until 2016, when my husband passed away, the funeral service was held in his church, and he was around me, encouraging me, comforting me, along with my family members. We had a funeral service in his church, and then we buried my husband. After his burial, I decided to move to Mount Barclay there, because this is where we bought our land and we built a house. So I left Congo Town and I moved with my children to Mount Barclay. At that time, my son had just turned 10 years old, May 25th, and his father died on the 7th of June. So that I moved in Mount Barclay. When I moved in Mount Barclay, this pastor, Abe, used to always call me. Oh, Mr. Ahimi, how are you and the children? I said, oh, we thank God, thank you. We are doing well. And that's how I stayed in Mount Barclay. By that time, my son passed to the 6th grade. And by the grace of God, selling my little market and other things, God helped me. I sponsored my son into school, my 2 children. My daughter was the first to graduate. And then 2024, my son also graduated. He was at the age of 17. But before my son graduated, as I said, this pastor always used to call me. Oh, Mr. Ahimi, how are you and the children? I said, okay. He said, oh, well, where are you? When I tell him I'm at the house, he said, okay, are you able to come over to the house? When I'm able, I will say, yeah. When I'm not able, I'll tell him no. He said, but when you have chance, then you come. When I go there, sometimes he will give me a bag of rice. Sometimes he will put $10 over it. Sometimes 20. Maybe during Christmas season, he will make it 50 or 100. And that's how it has been on and off, on and off, on and off. So when Jason was now 17, going to 18, and he knew that Jason was going to graduate from high school, that day he came. He drove here with his car, and he came to me. Myself, I was surprised to see him. Then he said, after he looked around the compound and everything, then we now sat down in the church. He said, you know, Jason now, he's going to be 18. And at that age, the children, they can follow by a crowd. So he said, I will be counseling him small. Sometime I will send for him. He will come to the house there, where he will spend the weekend, and then he will come back. So I said, oh, but pastor will not be bad. It won't be bad. So that's how, when time came, Jason started going to spend time and things like that. Then later he now said, oh, let Jason come and stay over so that he'll be able to go to school, to the trade school, MVTI. That's how Jason started staying with me. Jason was now there. Every time Jason would come visit me. When Jason said, he said, oh, mommy, I'm not feeling. I said, what happened? He would say, oh, it's malaria. I said, okay, tell your parents or buy you medicine. And later on, when I call him, after some days, he said he's okay, he's fine, he's well now. And that's how it has been. Until on Sunday last week, I called him, Jason, how are you? He said, oh, mommy, I'm not too well, though. I said, what happened? He said, oh, I think it's malaria. I said, but then, tell your boy to buy you medicine. Yes. That Sunday we talked. We were even joking with his niece, how, because her result came from the school, and he said we shouldn't bother her because she will still pass. And that's how we talk on Sunday. Monday, I didn't call him to find out. Tuesday now, I was told one of my neighbors how we prepared because her husband was going to graduate. We were preparing the food when they called him. Abe called me, he said, oh, the pastor called me, he said, Mr. Ahimi, where are you? Jesse is not well, oh. I'm taking him to LBR hospital. But when I get there, I will call you. Because he has been stooling, he has been vomiting. So he's weak. I'm taking him to the hospital, but I didn't wait. As soon as I call came, I called my neighbor and I told her, I said, oh, I'm leaving. Because the pastor called me and told me that Jason isn't well. So quickly, I started to go to the hospital. And from here to the hospital, here there is a distance. By the time I arrived there, the pastor and Terry was there. The pastor told me, oh, Jason had already taken the 5 drip.
Who is Terry?
The Terry was a boy that he and Jason can sleep together in the same room. Yeah, in the same house, because he rented a place for Jason and Terry. He said Terry used to stay there. So when Jason went to him now, he asked Jason to be sleeping with Terry because he said no space was in his house. Yeah, at that time, Jason had been there for some time. Before he now told me, say, oh, Jason will be sleeping with Terry. But every day, Jason used to go in the yard to, do work and eat and all of that. He and Terry was there. And how he now told me, so, oh, Jason hasn't been well. And the vomiting and stooling, it was too much. So he was so weak. So that's why I brought him, so that they can put him on bed. Then he introduced one doctor or his friend in Russia. He said the man is working there. It was the man that he contacted before he made arrangement to carry Jason there. So when I went down, I met Jason already on bed. The other drip was over him. They were almost even finished.
The pastor recommended a friend who is a doctor.
I don't know whether he's a doctor, but he works there. Okay. He works in LBR hospital. Okay. He said 2 of them graduated from the seminary together. Yeah, and he is working in the hospital. He was the one that he contacted before he carried Jason there. Yeah, to put a mission for him. So Jason, when I went, Jason was lying helpless. He was just throwing up. Yeah. After that, the nurse said, oh, Mr. Himi, I will be going home, but Terry will go and bring food for Jason because he didn't really eat. So I said, okay. That's how he left. He and Terry left. Later, Terry brought the food with 2 coconut water. With 2 coconuts, I gave Jason one of the water. After Terry had left now, Jason and myself were in the hospital now. But Jason just kept vomiting. Then later, he said, Mommy, I want to eat myself. I said, you able to walk? He said, I will manage. But later on, I brought the bear pin from under the bed, that rubber the people can pee inside. And the pee was red. I said, JJ, your pee red, oh. What happened? So he finished peeing. I went and emptied it. I put the pen down, then he lied down. Then he got up and knelt on the bed. I said, what happened? He said, I messed myself up. I said, how? So I didn't even have tissue because I didn't know I was going to meet that kind of case on him. By that time they left me alone in the hospital. So I took the tissue and I, put it to his innards. Later he said, Mommy, take me to the bathroom. So that I held him, we went to the bathroom. But when that situation was going on, when he lay down, the water was just coming out of him. The water was just coming out of his innards. So that I went to the nurse, I asked her for Pampers. Please give me 1 Pampers. So that she gave me the Pampers, I carried it, but I didn't really fix it there, shopping in front of him and haul it behind. I didn't tie it. But before I know it, that Pampers got messed up. That one he said he wanted to go to the bathroom. And I carried him to the bathroom. He sat on the commode. I said, you finished? He said, yes, he's finished. I now roll the tissue. When I want to clean him now, normal human being yash, the butt, my hand just went in. I said, in my heart now, I said, So I clean him up, then the other Pampers, I tie it on him. So as soon as we got out from the bathroom, the bright light, he said, Mommy, I can't see. I said, wait, I can't see. It's the bright light, you can't see? He said, no, I can't see. You can't see me? He said, no, I can't see you. Fear grabbed me now. And I held him. He was up, he was huge, so he was almost like to throw me down. I held him, and that's how I carried him on the bed. So I then asked him, I said, JJ, he said, I said, the people think where they want, how you put your hand inside? Yeah. Yeah, the way the homosexual thing. He said he shook his head because he was hardly talking. He shook his head. Yeah, but he was weak. That's how he just lie down on the bed, helpless. Then he started saying, Mommy, I'm not feeding my breath. That's how when I called the doctor, they came, they hung drip over him, different kind of drip. But the doctor said, I'll do his test first. They did his sugar test, then they did they say he was dehydrated and the sugar was low. That's how they now put a different drips over him. Then they now passed tube through him to go into the bread pin. I was standing there. So the first PP, it entered into the tube. So after they did all that, the doctor and the nurse, they left. Then later the doctor, they came back to check him again. Then he looked at him. He took that their stethoscope. He now started putting it on him. He said, where does this boy eat? I said, he eat to his parents' place, where he stayed, to his parents' place. Then he said, but they spoiled food and gave it to him. He said, and you see in a tube here, you see the nut in the tube going down. That's how he told me. Yeah. Before the man said, but the whole system, there is no air again, except on a small plate up here. By that time, they have put oxygen on him. He was just breathing inside 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Before I know it now, the oxygen gave up. And I said, my son is not dead. My son is not dead. When they came inside, the oxygen was already finished because I called them. I said, Pastor, you're joining in prayer with JC. JC is on oxygen. I called my daughter too. I said, JC is on oxygen. I called Pastor Washington, my son. I said, JC is on oxygen. You're joining in prayer. I'll go to Pastor Eric so that he can come. Before I know it, the oxygen went down. And I had a doctor thing remove it. And that had Jason died. From the initial state, I didn't believe that Jason died. That I went to hold him. When I lifted his head, the blood from his nose. Yeah, that I laid him down. That had Jason died.
Okay. So to this point of being sodomized, how did you people arrive at that point that this child was messed up in his anus?
At that time now, when time was going, they told me that they want to carry the body to the morgue. So I was telling them, no, your wait. They say our rule here is when somebody expire, we don't keep them in the world. We have to take them to the mortuary. So I had a coat, Jason in a black plastic bag, and I had they carry him. They put me also said. At that time now, I think Pastor Iwe had come, and I was confused. I was shouting, crying. They carried the body to the morgue. So my daughter, when she came to the hospital now, the boy even they didn't want her to enter. I called her. She said, Auntie Agnes, what happened to Jason? You didn't call me us to tell us that Jason was sick. You only called us to tell us that Jason died. What happened to him? I didn't even know what to say. And at that time now, I was even siding the pastor then. Everybody that even in my community here when they came, I was siding them. All my family people, they said, we can't bury Jason today. We can't bury Jason today. He said, since Jason has passed, we just buy white cloth and wrap him and bury. I said, yeah, because the boy have already died.
The pastor now?
Yeah. I said, yeah, the boy have already died. So we just buy white cloth. I don't want casket. We just, wrap him and bury him. That man, doctor said, over her dead body. So when they took the body to the morgue, she went there. I wasn't there. She went there, but she came and told me, she said, Jason was sodomized. Jason was sodomized. Yeah. So we are not going to bury this body today. All my family members, they were talking. But I didn't understand. I didn't. Yeah, community dweller, all of them came to me. They said, Mother, we are with you. I said, Jason will not, let us bury Jason. The pastor was sitting here, his wife was sitting, I was sitting in between. And she came. She said, Auntie Agnes, if we bury Jason, she said, I will not leave no stone unturned. She said, I will cross over to Guinea and I will deal with it. Okay. Yeah. So when I came to myself, after the talking, when they went to go bathe him now, she now said, y'all come and see. Y'all come and see what I was alligating. Y'all come and see what I was saying. That how people went there, they saw it, they took photos. They said, but the boy was sodomized. The boy was sodomized. Because I didn't go out and she said, the man, Pastor asked, I said, but how? And she said, but if you ask me how, then what will I got the boy was living with you? You the one who should ask how it happened. Yeah. At that time now I was just crying. Yeah. That's how my son left my hand. At the age of 17, going to 18, he came pointedly and took my baby away just to go and sleep on him. But I leave him.
Okay, so Ma, we'll hold on a bit and let's get to you. You are the sister to the deceased, right?
Yes.
You were at the hospital when they pronounced your brother dead.
No.
And how did you manage to get
Mom, it was Wednesday morning by 5 some minutes to 6 a.m. when I received a call from my aunt. But she was like crying on the phone. So I kept asking her, Auntie, what happened? What happened? What happened? She couldn't say anything, but she kept crying. My baby chasing, my baby chasing. So I already woke close and I made my way to the house here. So when I came, the whole community was like in tears. So my little cousin, which is the deceased sister, I met her on the road and I asked her, I said, what's going on? She started crying, said, Chasing that. I said, where? She said, at the LBR hospital. So I made my way at the LBR hospital. When I got to LBR, I saw my aunt crying, people around, the pastor, the wife. But for me, I didn't know them in person. So we tried to understand what caused Chasing death. But then the pastor was not saying anything to us. When we questioned him, what happened, how long did Chasing been sick? He didn't say a word to us. So I made my way in to the hospital, but the medical report, like this death certificate, the doctor didn't read it to none of the immediate family, neither the mother. The death certificate was only signed by the doctor, and he left it to the nursing station. That's what we call it. And that pastor was the one that signed, on the family behalf to receive the death certificate.
Whereas the mother was present.
Yes, but the pastor had the death certificate in his possession, and I demanded the death certificate. So when I took custody of the death certificate, I then gave it to my older cousin, Shamuka. So when I gave it to Shamuka, then we said that we wanted to see the body. They said the body was already taken to the LBR mortuary. So we said, okay. So they invited us at the mortuary to go and view the body. But before that, the pastor then told my auntie that we should just go ahead and bury the body by 10 something. So I said, no, we cannot bury my cousin. We are not Muslims. A Muslim does that. But for we the Christian, we don't do that. We have to know what caused his death. Let the doctor come out and explain to us what caused the death of Chasing. The doctor was not seeing. But one other guy there that if I see him by face, I know him, he worked at LBR. He told me in the earlier stage when I started asking him questions, what was unfolding. He said, on Tuesday afternoon, the pastor called him, the pastor Abe man called him, that he should please prepare a mission like that. He was bringing his son Chasing over to the hospital. So I asked him, did Chasing appearance look that something is supposed to be admitted or he's not supposed to be in the ER, ongoing treatment until doctor say yes, doctor request for admission. He said he not know, but like what the pastor asked him to do. So he created that bed space for the poor. So when the poor got there, they put him on bed. So when we went to the mortuary to receive the body, there was blood coming from Chasing anus and water coming from off his anus. Even the pimples that he had on were all messed up with blood stains. So my older cousin then said we wanted to do physical examination. I don't know if you want me to show the picture of it when we did it there, but when we did it, you can see that his blood was sodomized. And it was sodomized. So when we came here, the pastor now called someone at the cemetery, the Mambake cemetery, that they should dig grave. So while we were trying to bathe the deceased, we were receiving call that we should already take the body at the cemetery for burial. I said, no, we're not going to bury this child until my older brothers and sisters then come in before we can go ahead and do any other further arrangement. So when the poor body was lying behind the house naked, I raised the alarm that the pastor and his wife should please go and see the poor repton that we're talking about. None of them took steps. Not the pastor, not his wife. None of them took steps. So it was one jara that informed the Mambake police. He called the Mambake police. Before we realized, we saw two officers that even asked them questions. Ask them question, they explain. They didn't explain, said she was doing the explaining. So later on, the men that went to go to the viewing of the body at the back of the police sent there. His name is Ruben, but I don't know his full name. He went there, saw the body, he even took photograph of it before they invited the pastor and his wife at the Mambake police station. Then when the funeral home came, because we told them we were going to receive the body, so we called for Abraham Robert funeral service. So when they came, we instructed them that the case happened to the police station. So we the family appealed that they shouldn't do any work on the body until further notice. But to my surprise, on Friday, but okay, before then, when we got to LBR hospital on Thursday, because we went to the police station Wednesday, Thursday, representative from the pastor and the family.
By that time, the case have gone to Central.
Now we don't know now.
Okay.
Yeah. So we went to the LBR hospital, representative of the pastor and representative of the deceased family. So when we got there, okay, at the police station first, the police commander was asking for the doctor's number that pronounced the board there to call him and ask him questions. He refused to pick the call. He didn't pick, we called him for the longest, he didn't pick until 10 o'clock in the night before he picked. And Thursday now we went to the LBR hospital. We didn't talk to the doctor either. It was the nurses that called him, the doctor. And he told the nurses that the medical report was read to the pastor and his wife. So we asked them, why didn't wait for the immediate family? He said we should call the poor man. She know the cause of his death. So the nurses then asked me to please call my auntie that I did, and I put the phone on speaker. She explained just what she just explained to you, to the nurses, and how we left.
So how did you arrive at the point that this little boy was anonymous?
Because we saw from evidence that his rectum was open. He had been used for the rectum.
Then how did the pastor get involved?
The pastor, the family was asking the pastor, because if someone's child is staying with you and such claims are made, by right, the pastor should have left from where he was sitting, and go and see the crime scene. What the families are saying to get his own view, but he remained mute. He didn't say anything. So the question was, how did this happen? That's the question the family are asking the pastor, because we asked him, whether when Jason was with him, he used to follow gun, the type of friends he was associated with. We were asking, he said, nothing like that. It was that time now we got to know he rented a separate apartment for Jason and another guy called Terry.
So, okay, when the body was taken to the funeral home, were you people informed that the Ministry of Justice will go and do some
yes,
observation
we was informed. Then we placed a call at the police station informing the embalmers to not touch the body. Like, they shouldn't embalm the body because it's a state body. We are ongoing investigation for that ethnical body. But to our surprise, when the representative from Temple of Justice got there, the body had already been embalmed. So he was very stiff.
So you mean that the embalmment was done out of your consent?
We didn't know about it. It was done out of the family consent.
Okay, so when the Ministry of Justice get there, were you people present?
It was present.
What are some of those observations they did? Was there medical practitioners?
Nothing. There was no medical personnel was there. Okay. Only 3 guys came representing the Temple of Justice. And they explained to us that they were sent from Temple of Justice to do physical examination on the deceased. Okay. So we were all sitting outside when the mortician brought the body into the funeral parlor, and they invited us there. So a representative from the pastor was there, one, and we were 5 in number representing the family. So they then told us, those police from Temple of Justice told us that they only came to do physical examination. So they took pictures of the hair, they took picture of his eye, they forced the eye open, they took picture of it, they forced his mouth open, they took picture of his mouth, and then they raised his hand because he cannot stay, so they put his hand like this and lift it up, took picture of on his armpit and his chest. And they said that they have finished with the upper of the examination. So they asked the mortician to bring something like fatal so they can lay under the deceased. So when they lay it there, when they tried stretching the foot, the body stiff. So there was no movement. I had to turn the body over on his stomach, and then we started seeing flames coming off his nose. And he had a clot, the lapper, all got soaked. So the dad took picture of his, because he was lying on his stomach, and they took picture of his pot. Not to say they open to see anything. The dad took picture of the pot, and then they said the examination was finished. They were not going to give the report until we meet to Central yesterday.
So the body was already embalmed when
Yes.
the Ministry of Justice team
Yes.
went on the scene.
Yes.
The embalmment you were not.
But now
informed
we
about
didn't
that.
instruct them to embalm the body.
Okay. So now to the police station. When was the medical report expected to get to the police station? When you were informed that they were going to do medical survey on the child?
That was on Friday. We received call from the police that Central Road here at the LBR Hospital and demanding the poor medical report. So it's still pending.
Okay. So this doctor in question. Since then, were you people able to have seen him to know to?
Not yet.
Since he
They only
pronounced
spoke on phone.
since he pronounced the child death
We have not yet to see him.
on phone, you
Yeah.
have not seen him present.
Yeah.
But mother,
Yeah.
how did the death certificate got into the pastor's hand when you were present?
I don't even know. I was so confused. I don't even know how he got that death certificate. I don't even know how he got it.
The doctor ever inform you, or it was something that he had gone already before calling you to inform you?
To inform me about the death certificate?
To inform you about your child death, right? And you were present when the child was on oxygen.
Yeah.
And the doctor was also present.
Yeah.
So after he took the oxygen for his nose,
Yeah.
and were you present to have received the certificate from the doctor?
No.
And where was the pastor?
The pastor was in the plane, and later on, he and the doctor went on the other side.
They left you in
Yeah,
the hall with your child?
Yeah.
And the doctor?
With his wife and myself were in the room where Jason was, and he and the doctor they walk.
In the doctor they walk?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, what exactly are you calling for?
I'm calling for justice.
You need.
Let God give my son justice.
Do you need investigation? You still need investigation?
If the necessary needs.
Necessary, yeah.
Which kind of investigation you need? On the child, you need forensic investigation, forensic examination to know exactly what causes death.
What causes death? Because they didn't tell me what killed him. Because they only called to say Jason was running.
Because she said that the doctor told her that when the boy got to the hospital, all his organs were already shut down. The organs were already shut down before arrival.
Okay.
So then my question was headache, oxygen, organ shut down. So we needed the doctor explanation, but he needed to explain to us.
The doctor is here to explain. Okay, so folks, you listening from the house's mouth, and this is the case of a 19-year-old boy who was allegedly stolen to death. The family are now calling for investigation and they need justice for this child. There are so many things that are featured surrounding his death that need proper explanation. So who took Jason to the hospital?
It was Pastor Abbey.
It was a Pastor Abbey.
And Terry.
General public, picture of the deceased.
No.
I wanted to show that.
No. You can't show his picture at the moment. It was a pastor who took him to the hospital.
Yeah, I met Pastor Abbey and Terry at the hospital.
Okay.
Were the two of them that took Jason there.
Okay. So since then, you've been with Jason all the while. After he called you, you went there.
Yeah.
All the while you've been with Jason.
Yes, they left him with Jason and they went home.
You've been taking care of him, cleaning him up.
Yes, cleaning him up, carrying him to the bathroom.
Okay. And the doctor was aware that you were the caretaker to the child.
Yeah.
Okay. And the biological mother.
Yeah.
Okay, so folks, this is it. We have some lengthy conversation with the family, and they are calling for investigation and justice for their child. And this is it. And folks, my name is Archie Bowen. This is Very the News. It's been a pleasure speaking with family members of the deceased. Indeed, it is a word of condolences to the family as they are in this period of bereavement. It's something very heartbreaking to see that a mother will not want a child to go in this way. So, do you people have a copy of the death certificate?
No.
You don't have it?
I think I took a picture of it.
How you manage to go in?
The death certificate, as I said earlier, it was in the possession of the pastor.
Okay.
Then I asked for faith because he was holding in hands, and I asked him to give it to me that it's not for him, it's for the deceased family. I like forcefully took it from him. Right away.